the inside very, very briefly. Didn't think much of it, though. That clearly wasn't going to be a move in his books, as now he builds up the pace and thinks what he can do on these final 2 laps. Perhaps a dress rehearsal, or perhaps a chance just hit the front and just try and stretch the advantage and pull the pin.
Either strategy can work in Barcelona. We've seen how close it is. Championship standings at the moment. Uriarte 55 points clear, so as it stands would not be champion in race 1. Obviously, anything can happen over the next 1.5 laps to end out this race. Morelli taking the normal racing lines, not feeling any pressure from Rios behind him at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, on the last lap, that could be a completely different story. Like Brian Uriarte, he's had pressure since he arrived to the circuit this weekend. Of course, if he doesn't wrap it up this weekend, he still will have next round in Valencia. It's 1 round to go after this one. The finale still awaits in a few weeks' time. Heading out of turn 9 now towards turn 10, and you can see the front 5 have definitely got a little bit of a gap to the likes of Pratama and Joel Esteban. So Joel Esteban, the latter half of this race, looks like he's out of contention, as the Australia Lithia riders continuing to battle out on circuit. They don't want to be fighting too much on this final lap, because that's when they're going to lose time and lose ground to the podium.
As you said, Lewis, that's when they'll lose ground, especially to Uriarte up in front as they head down through the final couple of corners. We'll keep an eye on the gaps, but it is Morelli leading ahead of Rios. Still a big gaggle of riders fighting over P17 at the moment.
Yeah, and a few of these riders not able to make up maybe the ground they'd be hoping for after previously receiving the penalties. But nonetheless, it's time for the final lap of Junior GP Race 1 here in Barcelona. Marco Morelli, he's led the last handful of laps, and he continues to lead the way on the run to turn 1. Brian Uriarte looks up the inside of Jesus Rios, and he makes that move work. Will Rios, though, come round the outside at turn 2, like we've seen earlier on? No, he will not, as Casey O'Gorman is beginning to look aggressive as well on his own teammate. And nonetheless, Rios just ahead towards out of turn 3 towards turn 4 we go now, and well, he's getting pushed off the circuit there, and Brian Uriarte holding firm, slots back into P5, and will show him yet again that the field, they're not afraid to make moves on him.
They're not afraid to make moves on the championship leader at all. Is Uriarte going to respond at turn 5 on the inside on Rico Salmela? It looks like he's going to make that stick. The number 51 moves back into P3.
Yeah, up into P4 for Rico Salmela, and well, proving yet again, Brian Uriarte is not afraid to get his elbows out on this final lap. We enter the final half of a lap now, when we head towards the back straight. Slipstream is going to be crucial. Still nobody showing the front wheel to Marco Morelli. You can see on the pit box for the MLAV Racing squad, they're watching on anxiously, because, well, you have to say a move's going to be made in this final sector.
A move could be made in this final sector. Morelli